Hi everybody, this is Leaning Left and I'm David Rodriguez here with another stupid conservative meme. You know, when you look at the conservative memes, if you don't look at the racist ones, which are an awful lot of them, you're mostly left with things criticizing Biden or Hillary Clinton or whoever's the big bad guy for the GOP today. But Biden, of course, is very common right now because he is the president. Usually those things are based on things that are not factual, although the Republicans have been told that they're factual by, their propaganda Fox News thing. So, they at least think they're being honest, but they're not. Anyway, every now and again you come across one so ridiculous that it begs to be mocked. So with that, let me show you this one. Oh man. So in this meme, you have a picture of a close picture of Donald Trump doing his best comic book supervillain face, which he likes to do when he's trying to be serious. And the other one, you have Joe Biden looking kind of like sad and dejected. And it says, if you think hiring a professional is too expensive, wait until you hire an amateur. Wowie. Implication, of course, being that Donald Trump is a professional and Biden is an amateur. What is Donald Trump a professional at again? Businessman? Is that what you're talking about? I mean, yes, he technically runs businesses. He wears a suit to work. So I guess if that's what you mean, he is a professional. Although he's not good at business. Like most of his businesses fail miserably. In fact, they are all doing pretty bad. The reason he has money at all is because he borrows from banks. Most banks in America don't want to deal with him anymore because he doesn't pay them back. So he's not a good businessman. He's not good to lend money to, that's for sure. He is a swindler, I'll give you that. I mean, he's got his fake charity organization and his Trump Stakes and Trump University. All of these are basically just ways to milk money out of people. And like all of his things that he's having his supporters donate to now to help him. It's all swindle. But the thing is that he's not really even good at that, because if you're a good swindler, people don't know you're swindling anybody. Like, it's hidden. No one can tell. Everyone knows that Trump's swindling people, except the people that he manages to swindle, of course. He lies a lot, so he could be a professional liar, but again, he's not even good at that. That's how we know he told, over 50,000 lies during his presidency, because you could easily check his lies and find out that he's not telling the truth, quickly. It's very, very easy to do. He's not a good politician because he literally shared classified images over Twitter for anyone to see. Classified images. And to say nothing of all the top secret documents he took home that he wasn't supposed to, which, make him a criminal, alleged. But he's not even very good, because we know all about that. He didn't hide it well in any way, shape, or form. So everything he tries, he sucks at. He's not good. Now, they do mention it being expensive. So let's go over the Joe Biden side, shall we? The one that wait till you hire an amateur. So this whole meme is, of course, referring to the job these two men did as president. So I'm trying to understand this. So Donald Trump, towards the end there, had people who had been allies to him talking about removing him from office because he wasn't fit to be there. Meanwhile, Joe Biden served in the Senate for 36 years and was vice president for 8. He wasn't my guy when they were narrowing down the possible people to run on the Democratic side by any stretch. But even then, I can't deny, even if I think I was diametrically opposed to him, I couldn't deny that he's probably the most qualified person in the country to be president, right? So that doesn't make sense. And but since they're talking about expensive, I assume they're talking about the inflation level and gas prices. Okay, here's the thing that you usually don't hear on Fox News. Both of those things are problems internationally, not just in the United States. All over Europe, everyone is having trouble with gas prices and inflation. Biden is not king of the world. He's the president of the United States. So we are just another country that is caught up in that. He can't tell people what to charge for gas. It's out of his control. the inflation out of his control. So, not only is it not his fault, but given that Donald Trump only ever seems to do anything to help rich people, I can promise you things would at very least not be cheaper under Trump. Probably they'd be more expensive. And here's the other thing. When Republicans had the chance to vote on things that would help, cap inflation and keep gas prices from getting too out of control, they voted against those things. Like, they had a chance to help Americans, and they didn't. Because it was too important to make sure that these things that the Democrats were trying to pass didn't pass, because then the Democrats get a win. So even though it screws over everyone in the country, that's what they did. That's something that I think all know Donald Trump would have approved of. So, yeah, not only is Donald Trump not a professional, really anything, or at least nothing that he's good at, he certainly wasn't suited to the role. And he would have handled this whole thing a lot worse, because when problems come up in his presidency, even if they're not in his control, he just denies they exist. Like COVID. He couldn't handle something bad happening on his watch, even though it was not his fault that it got here. What was his fault is that he couldn't handle the idea of something bad happening under his watch, and so he denied that it was happening, or denied every measure it took to help slow it. And so it went crazy here. He could have been the big hero, and he chose not to because he didn't want to look bad, which is nonsense. It's not logical, but neither is Trump. So that if Trump is your idea of a professional, I hate to tell you this, but under him, it's a lot worse and more expensive than under Biden. Are things perfect now? Of course they aren't. Of course they aren't. But would they be a lot worse with someone else? Almost definitely. So anyway, that is my take on it. I'd love to hear yours. Please let me know in the comments if you agree. Disagree is fine, as long as it's all respectful. That's cool. I have no issue with that. I've had a few people comment on my videos that didn't necessarily agree to me, but we had a short conversation, and that was fine. That's great. I have no problem with that. It's people who come in all crazy, with their faces red and sweat pouring down their face. I'm not going to even acknowledge that. So if you like what I do, or if you do like things I'm saying, or just want to hear me say more, please make sure you like and subscribe, because it will really help out. I'm trying to get more people to see these videos, and I need your help to do that. So make sure you do that. But in the meantime, just remember, if you keep leaning left, you'll always be right.